And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, high elves, dark elves. What about the orcs and all you beautiful sacred order people out there? Well, let me tell you something. It's great to be in our empire today, and especially great to be playing Raid Shadow Legends today. I have an amazing update that I want to let you guys know, and I got to thank you guys because you guys are the reason why we're able to do this today. We have an amazing giveaway. One of the champions, first ever, as far as I'm aware, being given away here in the entire Raid Shadow Legends history. And it's all because we're having a good time here, and Raid sees that, you know, we like to party and they like what we're doing over here. So they're like, you know what? It's time maybe we talk about some new giveaways. And guess what? I was able to ask for. And we're going to talk about other great champions. If you want to start a new account or maybe just want to play Raid for the first time, I'm going to guide you through how you're going to also get two amazing legendaries, two of some of the best epics. And let's talk about those epics right now. If you're a new player and you want to get involved in Raid or want to start a new account, use my link down below or scan my QR code and you will get Tagoar right away when you start Raid. And when you hit level 40, you are going to be getting Deacon Armstrong. Yeah, we're gonna talk about why that's a big deal. Let me just get ahead and say, as far as I'm aware, being able to give out Deacon, I believe I am the first to do that for Raid Shadow Legends, as far as I'm aware. If not one of the very few to give out Deacon. This guy, he is a big deal. Where the heck are you, man? There you are. This is a big deal character to be given away. We're going to talk about Tagoar as well. And also, if you're starting a new account, I got like a little quick napkin guide for you guys to follow to start in this game. But Deacon Armstrong, if you, for example, play games like Star Wars Galek series, the best way I can describe him, he's like the Captain Rex. This game pushes so much turn meter to your team. We're going to show some of the ratings. This is one of the best all-around epics in the game, and you can get it if you start a new account with my link or my QR code that I show you, and I'll show you it again. Don't you worry about it. But let's talk about starting a new account. And I'm actually heavily considering starting a brand new free-to-play account for Raid. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I just got to check my time commitments that I can maybe allot to it. I got some time, but there are some amazing giveaways happening aside from my code that make this one of the best months to get into Raid for the first time, or maybe start an alternative account. And I'm going to share my quick napkin cheat sheet that we have here. No, it's not soul stones. Don't worry about that. What it is this. So first and foremost, use my link that I have down below, that QR code, to download Raid Shadow Legends. Very important. If you don't use my link or QR code, you aren't going to get Tagoar, and then you won't get Deacon once you hit level 40. In the very start, you got to pick your first starter champ, and you got Ethel, Kale. I'm just going to cut to it. You want to pick Kale as your starter champ. We've talked about this before, and that's the first one that I picked. And then through my promo code, you're going to get Tagoar right away, and we're going to talk about him. Don't you worry about it. And then very important, this expires, I believe, at the end of March of this year. Use the promo code Supreme6. So you click on this tab over here, and then you type in Supreme6. Has to be in your first 24 hours of starting the new account. And then you will get Supreme Galek. We'll talk about him as well. So as you can see, I can't get it because, well, I'm not a new player, but starting a new account with that would be pretty banger. And then you're going to get another legendary for free so long as you play 7 days of Raid before April 10th. You're going to get Alice the Wanderer, another legendary. And then the cherry on top is Deacon once you hit level 40. Holy cow, what an explosive way to start playing Raid Shadow Legends, which is why I'm like, shoot, man, I want to keep playing some more Raid. Maybe this is the way I got to go about it. So I want to talk about all these champions individually real quick so you can understand why this is a big deal. But here, take a quick screenshot if you guys want to start a new account. This is one of the, when I told people what I was getting behind the scenes, like, wow, that's a big deal, getting Deacon. So let's first start off with the basics. So Kale, you know, there's only so many starters you can pick. There's only 4. Kale, we don't need to talk too much about him. Probably the best overall rare that you can get as a starter, especially. You're going to use him to carry you through a lot of the early game content. Great attacker. Let's talk about my promo code and talk about Tagoar. So Tagoar is going to be an orc member, and you can find him right here. I have one of them myself. You know, the in-game ratings you can see overall pretty darn good from the in-game ratings. And we're going to in-game ratings, and we'll check out Hell Hades' website. I just want to run through the kit with you guys. Let's actually just start with that pass ability. You're able to decrease the damage received by all allies with 50% HP or less by 10%. He's a great, one of the best all-around support champions that Raid Shadow Legends has to offer. This is a big deal. Getting this early on, you know, I had Rector Drath as a support character I was able to give before. This, I would argue, is probably way better overall because you can revive all dead allies with 30% HP. Then you can place a shield buff on them, so it could be great for the Scarab, for example, on all allies for 2 turns, equal to 20% of this champion's max HP. Then furthermore, we have the Charge Can't, which attacks all enemies, place a 30% increased speed on all your allies for 2 turns, then heals all allies by 15% of this champion's max HP. So you might want to have a lot of max HP on this guy, huh? And then the basic, able to increase the defense buff for 2 turns on all ally, and an ally with the lowest current HP. So a great support champion, able to reduce damage, increase your defense, increase your speed, give you shield, revive. Great way of getting a champion to get you going in Raid Shadow Legends, especially when you're doing like the campaigns and whatnot. You know, you want to try to keep all your members on your team alive to get those high stars. This is gonna be a tremendous amount of help. And if you don't believe me, why don't we go ahead, pull up Hell Hades page, 4-star overall champion that we have here. And especially for a starter champ, but this is gonna be a pretty well-balanced champ for a lot of the content in this game. For your clan bosses, the Hydras, the Doom Tower stuff that you gotta tackle as well. Yeah, maybe not so great for the Scarab King, I guess. Not doing as well. You'd think the shield would do more. You need a little bit more than just the shield on that revivability. Pretty decent in the hard mode stuff in the core dungeon. So really great way of getting a champion here. And as it says here, when searching for Tallaria's top tier support champions, Tagoar should always be one to consider. Boom, right there. Now, let's talk about the next champion that you're gonna get. And this is, again, regardless of my promo code giveaway, Supreme6 promo code. Again, make sure to use it in your first 24 hours of playing Raid Shadow Legends, and you will get Supreme Galek. Let's go pull up the game real quick, show you Supreme Galek. Same thing, Orcs. So you're gonna start off pretty powerful with the Orcs. And Supreme Galek, this is the 6-year anniversary giveaway for new players. Big deal. This, pretty great overall from the in-game ratings, but why don't we go take a look at what Hell Hades has this rated at. Again, another solid 4-star overall champion. Gonna be great in the Hydra. Great in a lot of your dungeons and even the hard mode dungeons. All right, in the arena, we can take a quick peek at the kit here. So, and the thing that's really special about Supreme Galek, it's a Void champion, a Void legendary. So there's a mild degree of affinity in this game, and Void means you're not weak or like excessively strong against anything, and that's nice, right? So it's kind of well balanced overall. We have this passive ability right here. Whenever this champion receives fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, petrification, debuff, instantly remove it, then you heal this champion, and then you grant an extra turn. Sweet, awesome. Then you have the unreasoning outburst, attacks all enemies, has an extra 10% chance of inflicting a critical hit, and then 75% chance of placing an HP burn, block buffs, debuff for 2 turns, and then places the decreased speed debuff on targets whose turn meter is higher than 50%, slowing them down. Then we have this over here, Bloodshed Tempest, attacks 4 times at random, 50% increased attack buff on this champ for 3 turns. Each hit has an extra 10% chance of inflicting a critical hit, and then you have a 75% chance of instantly activating HP burn debuffs on each target and decreasing the duration of those HP burn debuffs by 1 turn. And furthermore, you fill the turn meter by 30% on this champion if 3 or more HP burn debuffs are activated during this attack. And then you got the basic here. You're able to try to get some good critical hits on there, and then you can also increase the duration of HP burn by 1. So a pretty solid all-around legendary champ that, again, you get for free to celebrate the 6-year anniversary for Raid Shadow Legends. Then what do we have next on our list? The next thing you're going to be getting pretty quickly in Raid Shadow Legends is Alice the Wanderer. You just have to log in before April 10th and play the game for 7 days, and then once you do that, you'll have the chance of also getting her red stars for free. So let's go pull her up real quick. I love this character. This character is seriously so much fun, and you can see a lot of other people in the community do as well. And if you want Hell Hades' opinion, which is kind of what people like to use as the go-to for your quick overall rating, 4-star overall champion. I love her in arena, tons of fun. I use her to farm my food inside the campaigns, and here you can kind of get a quick snippet of what she's good in. Pretty great all around in most of this content that Raid Shadow Legends has to offer. And just to show you, it says right here, to get Alice the Wanderer in Raid Shadow Legends, you need to log into the game 7 different days between January 8th and April 10th, 2025. And then you must start the Alice chase by March 26th to get her that way. After that, you'll only be able to summon her from shards. So you got a few more weeks to lock that in, my friends. And let's go take a look at her kit real quick in case you're curious. Again, super fun. Pass ability, whenever this champion attacks, inflicts 3% more damage to each target for each turn, remaining on all their skill cooldowns. So the more skill cooldowns you have on them, the better. The bonus damage is counted individually for each target. Then resets the cooldown of one of this champion skills each time they kill an enemy. Pretty fun stuff, and as you're gonna see, you're gonna want to know which ability it's gonna reset, as you'll see. Queen Slayer. Ignore 20% of the target's defense if the initial target is killed. Also attacks the enemy with the lowest HP. Will ignore 20% of the target's defense. And then this is the money ability right here. Clockwork Cyclone. Attacks all enemies. 75% chance of increasing the cooldowns of all enemy skills by 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance of decreasing each target's turn by 15%. If at least one of the target skills has its cooldowns increased to the max, decrease their turn by 30% instead. Absolutely amazing. And then the Vorpal Sword basic attacks one enemy 2 times, places an extra hit if the target has any active skills on cooldown. If each hit has an 8% chance of decreasing the duration of a random buff on the target by 1 turn. Tons of cooldown manipulation, turn meter control. I love it, love it, love it. An amazing attack champion. You are going to use this for quite a long time in this game, especially for Arena. And again, you're going to get her for free. And then, my friends, the big thing that's part of my giveaway, Deacon at level 40. Now, they put him up there a little bit in terms of levels because this is a really big giveaway. So level 40, you are going to get this guy right here. And as I said, one of the best all-around epics that you could possibly get in this game. And to show you what I mean, he's rated at 4.5 stars on the Hell Hades page. Yeah, you can see why this is a great deal. Maybe minus the, Hydra and stuff like that, but for Clan Boss, you're gonna tear things up. The core dungeon experience, you're gonna do great. Doom Tower, Arena, this is huge, my friends. Take a look with me, shall we? Let's do it. So we have this ability, Time Compression. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% and decrease the turn meters of all enemies by 15%. Grants an extra turn. Now this is a 3-turn cooldown. So you use the ability, you take a bonus turn. So realistically, and also when you get the reduction on this, it makes this almost feel like you're using every other turn. You're gonna keep pumping turn meter through your character's veins. It's like, it feels like, yeah, he only needs to take like 1 more turn and then you'll be able to use it again. Pretty great turn meter control that he has. And this is great, especially for Clan Boss. The more turn meter you get, the more attacks you get, which means the more damage you're putting out, and you can apply that philosophy to many things in this game. Then we have Sweeping Retribution, attacks all enemies, 80% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns, and again, allowing you to do some more damage. And then the basic Mace of Contempt, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a leech debuff, and to boot, he's got a pretty decent aura ability, your leader ability. Increases ally speed in all battles by 19%. It's nice having that because when you're not doing arena stuff or whatever, you still might want some speed. And he's going to be able to give you that speed boost no matter where you go. I see a lot of people pair him up with Arbiter or use him in place of an Arbiter to give you that big initial turn meter boost. So you want to make sure you try to make him as fast as possible. I mean, seriously, I'm super excited that we're able to talk about this guy. This guy is a master of control. Big deal, and his skill set has universal value, excelling as powerful turn meter manipulator and debuffer. This is great, my friend. So I'm extremely happy that you guys have been joining me in this journey in Raid Shadow Legends. I gotta thank you guys because again, they see what we're doing over here and they're like, maybe it's time we upgrade from the Rector Draft to Tayrel. And I'm gonna consider, I gotta check out my time constraints that I have. I would love to start a new free-to-play account this month. Whether you're going to start a new account or maybe you just want to get into Raid for the very first time, this is the way to go. So one more for the road, my friends. Use my link down below, scan my QR code, and I'll be able to get you Tagoar from the very get-go. And once you hit level 40, you will get Deacon as well. That's going to wrap it up for today, my friends. Make sure you take advantage of these amazing epics that we're able to give away. Exclusive Deacon. I mean, holy cow. That's a big deal, my friends, and a lot of great free legendaries that you're gonna be able to lock in this month. My gosh, it's great, my friends. But you know what's even greater? It's great to be in the Empire today. Leave that like, comment down below, subscribe to my channel. Let's have some fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video.